Good morning, teacher. We are going to present the autonomous number 3 of lesson planning that is related of unit annual and lesson plan of the Ministerio de Educación.
Annual plan. Components of annual plan of the Ministry of Education. Informative date. This section must include the ideal for date of the institution, the level education, and the name of the team of teachers that elaborates the plan. Area. It is corresponding to the areas process in the EGB and BGU study plan, the language and literature, mathematics, natural science, social science, foreign language, physical education, and cultural and artistical education. Subject correspond to one of the subject of formative modules of the profession figures that they are expected. Grades or course. In this regard, the grade of course must be indicated according to planning corresponds. It is important to consider that in the case of initial education, the group to which it corresponds must be indicated. The groups are for 3 or 4 and from 4 to 5 years. The educational level corresponds to the levels of initial education basic general, and unified general baccalaureate. The time. It is the information related to the distribution of the salary odds at the prescriptive in the corresponding curriculum in what is established in the educational institution. The weekly work. Enter the worker for subject corresponding or BT training models that prescribed in these syllables and what is established by the educational institution. Number of weeks of work. The 40 weeks prescribed that the National Education Authority does not apply because the organization of the year of the study will depend on the work established for the training of the student in the entity.
Okay. Next, time considered for evaluation and contingency. It is the time in weeks allocated for evaluation and contingency depending on the institutional organization. Next, total weeks of classes. It is the difference between the number of weeks of work and the number of weeks developed to evaluation and contingency. Total periods is the product between the weekly workload and the total numbers of week of the class. Number of microcurricular units corresponds to the number of microcurricular units schedules to be developed during the school years. Objectives. For initial educational and first grade of Educación General Básica, it is not necessary that the objectives be included in this planning, since these are established in the corresponding curriculum. Transversal access values, they are those determined by the educational institution according with the principles of buen vivir, and those that are related to institutional identity, mission, and context. And finally, micro-planning unit, in feed from the microcurricular unit planning, developing and execute throughout the school year.
So, okay, now I'm going to explain about components in a unit plan. And the first one is unit title and subject area. Okay, it refers to themes or big ideas that teacher will cover during unit plan. Second is communicative components. It refers to grammatical competence, social linguistic competence, and discourse competence. And classroom level. It refers that level according to the curriculum, and classroom is it refers to the environment that the teacher do the class. And unit rational is refers the that the teacher preparation, students, and school. And goals. This refers the objectives will cover the entire unit.
So a unit plan also has objectives, content, learning activities. In learning activities, for example, the teacher can use a PowerPoint presentation or introduce the new vocabularies. Also has list of sources, list of materials, assessment, and explanation of how the unit plan addresses a particular student profile. For example, we have the teacher has 3 students that doesn't use very well the language or use or speak in English. Then the teacher has to how they to address their needs as well her or him other students.
Okay, to finish this presentation, I'm going to about the structure of lesson components and lesson plan of the Ministerio de Educación. So first of all, we have the learning experience, grade and parallel, estimate time, start date, criteria of evaluation, general description of the experience, and integrate elements. that is involve the information about the course that the teacher applies this lesson plan. Learning experience is the topic, and grade is about the students. Estimate time it's how long when the teacher teach a topic, a start date when beginning of the topic, and criteria evaluation, general description of the experience, and integrated elements. The next, please. So, in integrated elements, it's like a table when it's distributed with areas, skills, with performance criteria, activities, resources, and evaluated indicators. All this related to the whole curriculum and the planning mentioned before because the lesson plan is a micro curriculum that involves the teacher made the planning about the curriculum, the annual, and the unit. So, for example, in areas is identify and autonomy, artist expressions, discovery of the natural and cultural environment, coexistent. For example, in identified and autonomy, is related to the curriculum and what the curriculum is are going to the students be able to learn. So, discover of the natural and cultural environment, oral and writing comprehension and expression, discover of the natural and cultural environment, logical mathematical relationship. All this content is related of the objectives that is commanded by the curriculum. So the teacher at the end have to their criteria, that is curriculum adaptations, some changes for particular needs of students or for particular students, a specification of the education needs, what is the necessity of the students to learn the topic, and a specific of adaptation to be applied. It's related to adaptation that we are going to apply before to finish the lesson plan. So that's all, teacher. Thank you.